We have Mike Greenberg from, obviously ESPN Radio, and he's on the radio on Martin Luther King Day. And Anna, he makes a mistake, didn't he?
Yeah, he was stumbling. He was talking really fast, and he referred to Martin Luther King as Martin Luther Coon.
Now that is quite unfortunate. Okay, now, of course we got to go to the videotape. They tape Mike and Mike, and you could see it, right? So Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio. So we're going to get a good sense of whether he meant to or not.
Right.
We think from this tape. Let's watch.
Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio, talking football with you on this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So glad you've chosen to start your day and your week.
Oopsie doopsie. He, of course, came out with a statement.
Oh, my God. I am totally sorry for that.
I don't want to read you his whole statement, but it goes on for paragraph after paragraph of, no, please, I'm so sorry. I obviously didn't mean that. Anybody who knows the show knows that I didn't mean that. I was speaking to you. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now, guilty or not guilty? Well, I'm biased here. I just flat out biased because they're sports guys. I can't believe they would be racist. I've listened to Mike and Mike a couple of times. I don't particularly like them or dislike them at all. I can't believe he thinks that. I can't believe it, right? Could it be subconscious that he had it in the back of his head? Ooh, maybe. But that's, but then you're damning a guy for misstating something and saying that he kind of might have had it in his subconscious. I mean, in the end, I got to vote not guilty, but I admit to being biased here. JR, thoughts?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that, well, first of all, I don't know, just the word coon isn't really anywhere in my brain as far as vocabulary. But usually what I would call a coon would be a raccoon. So if I see an animal, a furry animal with a striped tail walking around, I'm not gonna say, "Hey, look at that coon." I'm called a raccoon. Anyway, saying even despite that, I don't think it's a big deal either. Fine, whatever. He was trying to say Martin Luther King, because even if he was racist, why would a racist guy who's on ESPN Radio every day and on TV and all this stuff all of a sudden want to say on the air, "Let me just call Martin Luther King a coon today. That'd be fun."
Yeah,
that's stupid. If you are racist and you're trying to hide it, why would you say, "I have an idea, let's do this today," and ruin my career? No. It was obviously a slip in my opinion.
Now, here's the other part of it, right? I agree with Jared. There's no way. It was obviously a slip, no question about it. Okay. Now, the question is, like I said, is that the kind of thing he's thinking? As Jared said, look, I never even think of the word coon. But he could know the word coon, right? And doesn't mean that he wants to call Martin Luther King that. It just, it's floating around the back of the head. You all know the racist words. Well, I know, everybody knows it. And it slips out, okay? Does that mean he thinks of Martin Luther King that way? No. Now, here's the thing, right? You can't know that for sure, obviously, right? So you have to look at the context. Now, has Mike Greenberg ever said anything like that before? Not to my knowledge. Has he ever done or anything along those lines that would make you think that? Not to my knowledge, right? So given the context of Mike Greenberg, and I don't know his whole life, now if you bring me more evidence, hey, look, here's what Mike did or here's what Mike said before, all right, I'm listening. But it appears from the context of Mike Greenberg's life that he just slipped. And you know what? Everybody bring it down. Bring it down. People are at a 10. They need to be at a 2. Not that anybody's really at a 10. Nobody's calling for him to get fired or anything like that. People understand. Sometimes you screw up. Especially, we know. You're on the air that long. You're going to slip up and say crazy things at some point.
Yeah, and this guy's not getting fired because he's Mike Greenberg. The guy who we always play an audio clip from, he was talking about Condi Rice when he did that.
Yeah.
He was done the next day because he was a new guy. It was his first week in that spot. And he was,
Yeah, just real quick to let you know. That clip that we always play, the one I just played, this one.
Oh, my God. I am totally sorry for that.
Okay. He said the same exact word, do you remember? In regards to Condi Rice. And he was gone instantly, wiped off the map, because he was a fill-in guy. And that's how the real world works. If you're Mike Greenberg and you're making a lot of money for ESPN, along with, Mike Golick, you're not gone on a slip-up, okay? You're not gone probably on much worse things, okay, if he had done much worse things, which he didn't. But if you're a fill-in and you do that kind of screw-up, you're not making anybody any money. Now you're costing them money. You're done, son, okay? And that's how the world works.